What do our decision-making skills have to do with our consciousness? Turns out, a lot. A psychologist known as Daniel Kahneman developed the concept of two main decision-making skills humans use on a daily basis, known as System 1 and System 2. These two systems differ in their processes but are still dependent on each other. System 2 is where all of our effortful reasoning and our thinking and decision-making takes place. It involves slower and more complex brain processes during problem-solving, but redeems itself in its ability to catch and fix mistakes, along with coming up with more accurate solutions. System 2 also relies on our working memory. Our working memory can focus on information for a short amount of time and has a limited capacity. In contrast to System 2, System 1 is an automatic system that uses little to no effort when thinking or solving problems. This thinking process is fairly fast, but with haste doesn't necessarily mean accuracy. Here, our decisions are susceptible to error. System 1 relies on our long-term memory, which is able to hold on to a lot of information for a long period of time. So, where does consciousness come into play between these two systems? System 2 uses our complete consciousness, meaning that because the system requires a lot of mental effort from our working memory, we are fully aware of our mind and thoughts when we are solving a problem or making a decision. On the other hand, consciousness is absent in System 1. System 1's decision-making skills have become so rapid and automatic that no conscious thought is necessary at all. We are able to solve problems and make decisions by accessing the stored information in our long-term memory where the solution is already handy. But keep in mind, System 1 isn't always accurate. This is where their dependency on one another comes in, which revolves around the presence or absence of consciousness. Say you're like me and can barely remember the quadratic formula that you at some point mastered in high school algebra ages ago. The unconscious System 1 will try its best to come up with x equals... When our brains come across information that System 1 can't compute fast enough, System 2 jumpstarts our conscious awareness of the situation and takes over to figure it out. Once something has been repeatedly computed by System 2 then hands off that information to System 1. This information has now been re-memorized and stored back into System 1's long-term memory. Now, every time you try to think of that particular information, you will be able to do so automatically and unconsciously, so that System 2 now becomes reserved for the next set of new information that requires its attention.